No? Can you hear me? Eh? Ask to Rinpoche. Okay. Good morning. Oh. From Chujin Porona, Kisan Sanji Kanyo Ngowonya, Ronsen Chuku, once Tunzip. Zavulam Shabla Sorwa, and I need hiding my this is ugly hair. Those don't roll on nature like your Sasandung agenda changing, Yarsom Mepon Shiva Jelas. Senchen Tam the near the Donchina, Tambanam Jin the so. Ah, yeah. There's our Lotsawa, Japanese, great Lotsawa, Jinko. She asked the Longchen Pass quotation. It's wonderful. And the quotation says, look at the miraculous discipline of 4 elements in the space. Then it is how it is also happened in the nature of our mind, the miraculous discipline of the thoughts. That means it's like this. And this quotation's fantastic. Also, last time, yesterday or 2 days ago, she asked me that in the question. I didn't purposely to reply. And I check again the English. I think it's like a kind of academic way. And it's a poetic way. I think it's okay. And this kind of teachings is very symbolically and kind of generally we have 2 teachings. Teachings connect to the mind to mind. Some teachings is connect to the symbolic teachings. Some teachings are more like kind of from mouth to ear, to direct hearing lineages, we say. And this is like more symbolic teaching. The sky is the representative of the nature of your mind. All the element, the example of the 4 elements, they are the expression of the 4 elements or any element or multiplies element or phenomena. They have like a miraculous discipline, movement. And externally, in the sky, all these movements, for the sky's perspective, you don't need to abandon any ugly, miraculous discipline. You do not need to adopt any kind of beautiful, miraculous discipline. Good, bad. Everything comes from sky, abiding in the sky, dissolve into the sky. And these all, everything's whatever phenomena, miraculous discipline, reality, it is the miraculous discipline of the sky. Beside the skies, nothing there is existence. Therefore, we can take example Buddha's teaching. Form is empty. Empty is form. Forms not different emptiness. Emptiness is not different forms. This symbolic, it's a very like kind of the symbolic teaching. Then it's the looks like form is empty. If emptiness is a form, how we can to touch, how we can to hear, how we can to work. But this is kind of the inconceivable realities. Emptiness is become the form. We can to say like 5 elements: wind, water, earth, fire. Itself is the emptiness. Emptiness is become the wind. Emptiness is become the water. Emptiness become the earth. Emptiness is become fire. When we see those 4 or 5 elements, you realize it or not realize it. We perceive good or bad. It itself is emptiness, nothing else. Therefore, emptiness, form is emptiness. And if you to more research the emptiness perspective, this is a good element or bad element, why you need to struggling to abandon or to adopt. To just to be natural. To be natural. No activities. No activity means become also the activities. And this is a friend comparison, or is our minds. The inner mind, nature's mind is nature. I would say that 84,000 is the nature. Nature is the 84,000. Nature is not different than 84,000 thoughts. 84,000 thoughts is not different than nature. You understood the nature of nature of the emptiness, nature of the space. Then the such endless activity of the struggling, adopt and rejections, denial, adoptions, demolished. And there is no any more activity but to done everything. And this quite very deep, and maybe if I'm saying Tibetan, but I think lots of you knows very well. That is 100%. And also your question is fantastic. Last time, Buchen, he asked to me how we can make the liberation for the thoughts. I didn't give answer until now. I'm not sure. When I'm ready, I will give answer. But this is good questions. This kind of method, this kind of pit instructions, this kind of such deep teaching we need it. But this, for example, now I can to say something blah 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 may be difficult. But all of you ask to the more Lotsawa. She knows very well. And Akbuchen, he knows how to make the liberation of the thoughts. We can ask to them. But sometimes it's wonderful, extreme this Longchen passage. Sometimes look at our life. Look at our situation. If we look at our life situations, which kind of the benefit? Maybe there's more benefit how it is going on. Which kind of do we need to do? what is the most priorities for benefit for yourself and to others. Maybe we don't need to like kind of the stupidly follow the someone say something. We more look at realities, we have more reality realization. When we have more reality realization, mind becomes more reality. Reality is to make the mind peace, happy, determined. And therefore, to look at the sometimes our life, very important. What's going on? Of course, there is questions, also Longchen Pas. Who you are, who am I? Where we are, what we are doing. Where we are, so it's a truth. And one is someone's asked to me, who you are? Yes, I am Amani Jakos. What? My name is Amani Jakos. Oh yes, then write down Amani Jako. This person's belief, oh, you are Amani Jakos. But Amani Jakos not me. I'm not Amani Jako, just the name. And reality is even myself. How I can to say to you, am I this and that? Even I'm really to know about myself. Even I'm telling to you, you think, maybe, maybe not. Exactly, you says, oh, who you are. If you say, I'm Samtakoi. Oh, really? Okay. I call you the Samtakoi. But then reality is you are not Samtakoi. Samtakoi is not you. But very carefully, who you are, where you are come from. Who can to know? Difficult. Maybe only in the perspective of the omniscient. That means your wisdom is like kind of the developed, completely maturated. Then maybe you know. Until there, difficult. And also it's like we're doing lot of task things. Sometimes we analyze, sometimes not. Just randomly acting, doing. We think it's good. Surely, someone says, what are you doing? I'm doing something. Do you think good? Yeah, I thought it's good. Maybe last time I told you, there is all the times killing. But person says, I have a job, I can earn money. Okay. It's good to kill into some animal or others. Yeah, this is okay. It is just to be like this, to be alive. How does the style of the life, the way of the life is like this? Okay, I'm killing. Maybe you are fishermen. You hunters to killing animals. Then you receive money. Oh, happy I'm receive money. And endlessly doing. But maybe reality is this money is make the temporary kind of pleasure. You can buy alcohol and drug. You do something. But the source of this money is the negative. And to more creating the cause of the sufferings, longer term. And like this, I think it's very important to look at, like same as the Longchen Pa say, look at sometimes our movement, environment, and the realms of any animal or include ourselves. Last time we used explore to any kind of things. Then there's such benefit. you can to open your eye of the wisdom, and then really to what is necessary to do, what we don't need to necessary to do, what we should to abandon, what we should to avoid, this sort of, or like adopt. These things is really, therefore, to look and sometimes to check. If we are check more and more and more, say, about the samsaric enterprise or the samsaric activities, and then we have some knowledges occur into our mind. Maybe it's the samsara is nirvana. That's the famous, almost everybody knows. And same is the good and bad, positive and negative. And all the time I thought is the positive is the positive. Someone says the positive said, I thought, wow, wonderful, excellent. But this year, I'm a little bit hesitated to hear positive. According to coronavirus, someone says like, he has a positive. Said, what? Positive is good. No, negatives. And like this, but anyway, we have this kind of terminology. Say the good, bad. Then it's like we say, what do you mean good? Good, delicious, good, very comfortable, good, and pleasure, good, wealth, healthy. Then there says someone's bad. Why you say the bad? Uncomfortable, not delicious, unhealthy, unwealthy. Then you say bad. Okay. Then you this kind of the sound of the good, bad also is the result in the relatively. For example, if I says I punch to someone's, maybe this finger or hand is going like this. Maybe this person say nothing. Maybe it's like that. Until I'm touching to this person, can't say, are you good or bad? I don't know. Bang! Said, what do you receive? Of course I received the consequences, bad, pain. Like this, when we have something caused to done, immediately difficult to say the good, bad, but result is coming, then we can to say good and bad. And therefore, any kind of the result, like kind of our present situations, it is a result in the past. Present situations, good or bad, is 100% depends in the past. And therefore, we understood this kind of, then is armored with that degree of the certainty, avoiding negative actions, and take the pleasure in the positive ones, will come naturally to you without your having to force it. It is truth. Therefore, we need to look at the realities. Look at the relative reality in order to realize the absolute truth. And look at the reality or the absolute truth, and then understand the movement of the relative realities. Maybe we look at this true truth, maybe how it is the combination or how it is the unification of the true truth. understood in our minds, maybe we be easily become wonderful. And like this, then it's how it is that we need analysis. There's the history of the Buddhas. And I'm continue, yesterday the books, you are there surely. And now we are going to more look at the history of the Buddha's cousin. His name is the Nanda. Nanda, the Lord Buddha's cousin, was very attached to his wife and did not want to renounce the word. Renounced the word means it's difficult to give up samsaric enterprise or the activities. He has such disattachment. Even though by the skillful means Lord Buddha pursued him to enter the Dharma and become a monk. Of course, he married a beautiful woman called the Pundarika. Principally, he has such attachment that did not follow the Buddha's precepts, absolutely. And then it's he was about to run away. Buddha says you should now renounce the word, to be monk, enter into the Dharma, to practice. Because I say, no. How I can to give up my Pundarika? No need to Pundarika to give up. Both become nun and the monks. And now it's it's maybe enough. It's the time to practice Dharma. No. He wants to run away. When the Buddha miraculously transported him to the top of the Suno mountain and showed him a one-eyed monkey. There's one female monkey and one eye blanked. There's one eye. Then is the Buddha asked to the Nanda, which do you find more beautiful? This monkey, ugly monkey, female monkey, and your wife, the Pundarika. Of course, he says, my wife cannot compare, replied Nanda. 100 or 100,000 times, it's like my wife is more beautiful. This monkey, no eye, and it's ugly. Cannot compare. And Buddha, he nicely replied, good, replied the Buddha. Now let us go to the realm of the gods. And then Nanda is very happy. Let's go. Yeah. When they arrive in the god realms, the Buddha sat down and told Nanda to go and have a look around, explore god realms. There are a lot of gods, doctors, and god dresses. Yes, look, I make joke. Now each god lived in his own palace. Each individual god realms already maybe it is kind of more the six heavens of the worldly desire. And some of them is like this, the palace surrounded by the many young goddesses, hundreds says, and enjoyed inconceivable pleasures, happiness, and abundance, delicious food, of course in nectar, had very pleasant sound, divine music, and also so fantastic chair, sofa, cushion. It is the divine cushion. And also they have oil and fantastic, cannot compare in the worldly massage. There's something, etc., etc. There's. However, there was one palace with numerous goddesses, but no god there is. Everybody waiting something. Nanda was interested, asked, say, why? There's no God. It was told. Then they replied to say, in the realm of the humans, there is a man called Nanda. Exactly his name. A cousin of the Lord Buddha, who is following monastic discipline. These actions will lead him to be reborn among the gods. And his palace will then be his. We are waiting for him, but he's already there. And he looked around this goddess as he cannot talk. He's become astonished. Inconceivable, indescribable the beauty and layer of gorgeous. Like this. Then Nanda was overjoyed, fantastic. Aha, so nice. He went back to the Lord Buddha, who asked him, did you see the gods? The Buddha, he asked to him. The realm of the God. And then Nanda replies, certainly did. God, which do you find? The Buddha Shakyamuni, he asked to him, very good. Which do you find more beautiful, your wife or wife Pindarika or the young god dress? And he said, hey, don't need to talk. The daughter of the god are the much more beautiful than the Pundarikas. Replied Nanda, indeed, the beauty surpass that of Pindarikas. Pindarikas cannot compare, cannot challenge those god daughters, the daughter of the gods, God dressed. Indeed, such. And 100 times beautiful than the Pundarikas. By and much as their beauty surpass that of the one-eyed monkey females. Like this kind of. We saw before in the mountain. And then it's like, of course, once they're back on earth, Nanda observes monastic discipline perfectly. He just says, now I need to keep my monastic discipline perfectly, then I will go in the God palace. There is a numerous god dress waiting for me. Why I stay here, only the Pandarakas to serve with me. Then he is serious, renounced in this wood. He is very much enthusiastic to reborn in the God realms. Then certainly disappointment occurred. The Buddha addressed the monks, say, Nanda has renounced worldly life in order to be reborn in the divine realms to more concerning the God dress. And he said very loudly to his other monks, "But all of you, his retinues, have become the monks in order to go beyond samsaric sufferings, not only concerning to born in the divine or the God realms, thinking about God dress. You and Nanda are the completely different, not on the same path. Do not talk to him anymore, because you are different path, different motivation, different wish. Do not need intimate, do not need to chat with him. Maybe he's talking to you strange. We need to keep the discipline that we will be born in the God realms. Then there's a lot of God dress. Or maybe divines, God son, God daughters. And only to concerning that, to take the discipline or the individual liberation vow and vows is not very good motivation. With him, do not even sit on the same seat as him." Of course, surely he's so disappointed, upset. All the monks beyond means there's like kind of, and everybody is get up and they went away. And Nalanda was very upset. Nanda is totally upset. Now what can I do? He thought Ananda, his and cousin, old cousin, I thought it's the old one, his younger one, okay. Ananda is my young brother. At least he will still have some affections for me. Maybe he has compassion. He has love to me. Surely I will go with him. But when B went to see his brother of the Ananda, of course Ananda got up from the seat and moved away. And then is very much sad, more disappointed. Nanda asked him why you are go away, and Ananda told him what the Buddha had said on the lake, both cannot to be sit together, cannot chat together, cannot like this. Maybe this is kind of the, how to say, it's like a way of the how like a Buddha enter into the Dharma, his cousin brother of the Nanda. Otherwise, of course, it's like looks like no compassion. But this is kind of method. Nanda was heartbroken. Really, what can I do now? My young brother cousin Ananda doesn't want to talk to me, doesn't want to sit with me. And my cousin brother Buddha, he says like this. At last the Buddha came to him and said, Nanda, yes, let's go to see something. Will you go or will you come? Will you come to see the hells? He said, yes, why not? Interest. Nanda agreed, and the Buddha transports them, or him, both, them or both. With his miracle power, go, and he told to the Nanda, say, go and look around. Buddha, he said that to the Nanda. So Nanda set off to explore hell, how it's going on. For him, it's no problem, but there is such horrible things occurring. Then it's like visiting all the realms of the hell, visiting to check around. Until in one place, he came across on an empty pot, ugly pot, smelling pot, with a blazing fire, crackling inside, boiling something. Under there's fire, inside something maybe very ugly cooked inside. And a large number of the Lord of the Death's henchmen all around. And then of course Nanda does it, but there's no other any sentient beings. He asked them why there was no one in the pot. Pot inside the ugly liquid is boiling, down big such strong fires. Then they replied very unpleasant things. They said, oh, there is a young cousin of the Buddha called the Nanda. They replied, who is practicing monastic discipline with the intention of being reborn as a god Ralamas. He's going to there, and after enjoy the happiness of celestial Ralamas of the god, how many years he will reborn there, we don't know. They don't know, but anyway, he will come here. When he is married, turn out exhausted, he will become reborn here. Then we need to waiting for him. So Nandan was terrified. He returned and thought things over. It's very difficult to think, difficult to tell to the Buddha. So much afraid, terrified. Oh, this kind of situations. To be born among the gods in the future and then to end up in the hell realms made no sense. He's of course very much considerations or considered or like thinking. Now I understand. Even I'm reborn in the God realms, and then finally, also this is not forever. And exhausted up, or finished to reborn this or to live there, then it's direct to the hell. And in this perspective, this even reborn in this God realms, there's not much make the sense. So they developed a really determination to seek freedom from the samsara. Then he took really serious the liberation path or enter into the Dharma. He has such a kind of determination to seek freedom from all the samsaras. Having seen the hells with his own eyes, he never did anything that transgressed the precepts even slightly. And in the Buddha's rule for the monks' discipline, 200, more than the 50 discipline. Each single disciplines he's never transgressed. Even the tiny things he kept perfectly. He is the very, very famous monk, pure, utter. The Buddhas extolled him as the discipline with the based control over the sense doors. The sentences is very important. Control over the sense door. Control over the sense door. Which kind of door? Door of the body door, mouth, the speech door, mind door. And there is the sense doors of the body, speech, mind. How you can control and through the physically, verbally mind, and such something movement from the door of the body, speech, mind, it's some negative. All these things are Buddha, he give discipline. Like we can to take example, physically, cannot kill, cannot stolen, cannot do sexual misconduct, and verbally cannot lie, cannot give harsh word, and sowing discord, so on. These 10 negative actions discipline for the 3 doors of the body, speech, mind. But whatever we give discipline to the Nandas, he never ever transgressed those precepts, even the slightly said. Because he saw the hell, he saw the heavens. Heavens is not forever, need to reborn hell. Hell is not forever, reborn in the heaven. This therefore we call the cyclic existence or cyclic existence. And this perspective, he thought, now really is the times to go beyond the samsara. And you are like kind of control perfectly your 3 doors. And then you are like kind of called the mastery, because you control your 3 doors, body, speech, mind. Like this. We do not need to go too far as to see the hell with our own eyes. It's very difficult to see the hell realms. But even we can to see some drawings, hearing the situation of the hell and hunger ghost realms. It's very much scary. Like this. Can I read this one a little bit? And a simple picture is enough to frighten us and reinforce our desire for the liberation. And when we see the samsaras, for example, in Tibet, Buddhist, each temples, sometimes they draw in the samsara on the front of the door to see the every Buddhist. And even we can to see those like simple pictures. It's very much kind of terrifying things. And then it's the reinforce our desire for the liberation. Like this. This is for this reason that the Buddha asked that the 5 folder will representing samsara be drawn at the door of the Sangha's assembly hall. That means it's the temple. And those monks assemblies hall need to draw in the samsara. In the middle there is like kind of cycle, and a huge one, giant one human beings, looks like they're eating, like 4 legs holding. But this is kind of the symbolic of the Yamantaka. And the Yamantaka means it's the death of the Lord. And it's like kind of the nothing. There's no animal, any kind of no spirit, no beings. But every single sentient beings need to go through this situation. Therefore we call the killer of the universal, eater of the universal, and destroyer of the universal, called the Lord of the death. And this kind of symbolic we should to know about. Maybe reality, there is no existence of the Lord of the death. And why you write, drawing on the wall, one very giant humans holding the samsara. That is the imaginations. This is like kind of comparisons. And it's very important to read again and again. Like ourselves is like this, a little bit. And we are, I don't know really. Would you like this strawberry? Huh? Sorry. Strawberry is very delicious. These lights make me sleep. Because I have such thick, dense, ignorant. Make me dull. But this symbolic, I'm saying the symbolic of the samsara. Sometimes in the drawing of the samsara, and there's one huge human giant humans is holding like this, eating. And this is Lord of the Death, the Lord of the Yemen, like killers. And there is no existence of some sentient beings. But all the sentient beings dying. Normally, it's saying someone die, who killed? For example, this year, maybe we can excuse for the virus, or this pandemic killed many human beings. Maybe we can to write picture. Science there is looks like strawberries to drawing this. That is the coronavirus, and that is our killers. But maybe there is like kind of inconceivable virus, sickness. But virus or not virus, finally everybody going to die. Then what? But maybe it is like this process of the death. Then we say, oh Lord of the death. And this kind of no existence, but we need to know about that ourselves. My process of the death. Okay, which kind of killer? I don't know. Maybe my sickness is not Lord of death. And also someone hit, beat, shot or something. It's not. Really my death of the Lord of death is like death process that my panic, my terrified, my afraid, my confusions, when death process start. This situation you call the Lord of death. And also in this in the samsara's logo or the wheels. There is a three animals picture. Pork, birds, snake. They're round, there is. They're biting each other's tail. And how it is this cycle of the inside occurring through these three animals. Maybe you say, why you say like this? No. This is the representative of. There's no existent pig, jambu. No? Or chicken or egg. Maybe ham. And snake. They never created the samsara. But this is representative of our ignorant, disattachment, aversion. Then you know very well, pig is which representative, disattachment, and pig is not disattachment, ignorant. Bird is disattachment, version is snake. And therefore is the root of the 84,000 negative emotions is come from, produced by the ignorant, disattachment, aversions. Then it's like this cyclic existence occurring. And this kind of symbolics, the result, there is 6 part. In the hell part, killing, chopping, and in the hungry part, big stomach, huge head, tiny thyroid, very, very tiny limbs. This sort of, when you see these pictures, is afraid. Don't show me. Say. Someone says like, oh, don't show me the terrible things. Like this. Maybe we need to go to the hell or hunger goes, then what can we do? Even we are look something terrible things, it's very much pain. Like this. Therefore, the Lord Buddhas, he asked to all the each sanghas, the 5 folders. It is like there is like kind of the 5 symbolic in these pictures. Five folder wheels. Maybe there is, you can to look according to the 5 transmigrations, realms, symbolic. There is a kind of, can you look at the picture? This is kind of the represented the samsara. Be done at the door of the Sangha's Assembly's hall. Sangha's Assembly's door is temple. It's scaring. We see this candle, then we need to a little look at ourselves. Surely I have presently the appearances of the human existence. And then it's like, oh, surely I have sometimes the appearances of the hell, hunger ghosts, animal realms. Those some are different state. And now I understood the whole 6 realms appearances. Wherever I will go, almost there is no happiness. Yesterday there is a transcribed, but what it says, like living in the top of the fire or something. Something into something. You remember yesterday, the samsaras, how it is. Sitting like kind of the top of the needle. And also sitting is like with kind of the cannibals. And like this, there's any kind of situations, or wherever we be in the samsaras, really it's very difficult to have some happiness, and some is like kind of comfortable things. And there is the Lord Nagarjuna said, if choose to see picture of the health, to hear descriptions of the hell, or hungry ghosts, or the lower realms, or to read and think about them, bring you such terrors. When someone's explained to you or to us, very much terrified. Really this kind of happened? If it's really happened, what can we do? We look at the pictures, terrible things happened. Maybe why not? It's possible. We can to say in this hour and the parents' perspective, how much they are occurring some terrified things, terrible things. And many different situations occurring, awful things. And therefore, when you see the samsaras or the hells, drawing or explanations, it makes terror to you. What will you do when you experience there the full, inexorable afflict of your actions? The full of the result, negative result, you need to experience of the negative action in the past. How it is that time, no need to mention it. The fool, like no need to like kind of mention the effect of your actions, its negative actions. And when we be in or need to be in the samsara or the hells, that moment you don't need to mention how much is sufferings. Reflect on again and again. Explore all these situations, very important. Therefore, on all the different kind of suffering in samsara, absolutely. These times we explored all the samsaras, the bottom of the Vajra hell, from that to the top of the Akanishtas. Not really top of this world. Almost there is no freedom from the sufferings. Yesterday we talking about how much the sufferings in the desire realms. And there are the different 6 or the 5 realms. How much each individual they have sufferings. And even it's the low realm, this more 2 higher realms. The realm of the form realms, the realm of the formless realms. They haven't got like kind of the real injured of the sufferings, but they have kind of the similarities. And in this perspective, is really in the whole, the unique of the samsara, there is almost no freedoms, all the time sufferings. From the depth of your heart, turn away from all the ordinary goals of this life. We need to think about in these lives activities, and we more like kind of activities, we realize that more like nonsense, not good result. Turn away your mind from all the ordinary goals. I want to this, I want to that, and like this. And then it's like goal of this life, not really kind of the meaningful. Okay, I want to stop 5 minutes. 10:30 we can to start. Okay, sorry. 10:30. I need to drink coffee. Can you drink coffee? 10:30 we can start. Okay, 10:30, 10:30, 10:30, 10. Om 10:30 soha. Om 10:30 soha.